Class economics. Now the factor we were discussing, factors affecting demand. These are all the factors like price of related good, price of given commodity, then income of the consumer, that is given on page number 3.3 and 3.2. All the factors affecting individual demand and market demand both. Fine. So the question can come that factors affecting individual demand, then you will write the same one, and for market demand you will write the same. Now the income of the consumer is the another factor which affect the demand. So in the case of income of the consumer, if there is a normal good means, what is normal good? Normal good means those goods whose demand increases with increase in income and decreases with decrease in income. And what is inferior good? Whose demand increases with decrease in income and decreases with increase in income. They are the inferior good. So this is the basic difference between normal and inferior good. Means this is the income which will decide that good is a normal or inferior good. Fine. Now when we are talking about the income of the consumer, then all the other factors remain constant, like price of the given commodity, price of related good, taste and preference, and all the other. Now only income of the consumer will affect the demand. Now if in the case of normal good we are talking, then what happens that price remain the constant, and then demand is increasing, and then income is also increasing. This is showing the increasing trend. Income is rising, increasing. Then this is the normal good with the increase in income, demand is increasing. Now in the case of another case, when income decreases, then what about demand? Demand is also decreasing in the same way. That means it is a normal good. So in the case of normal good, what is the relation between, I am discussing the relation between income and demand. They both are having the direct relation in case of normal good. And what about in case of inferior good? We are talking about the inferior good, then they are having the indirect relation. Means if income rises, then demand decreases. And in the case of normal good, if income rises, then demand increases. And vice versa. Vice versa का मतलब कि इससे उल्टा होगा, अगर इनकम डिक्रीज होगी तो डिमांड भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से आप बात करोगे. एंड इन दिस केस इफ इनकम इंक्रीजेस, डिमांड डिक्रीजेस, एंड इफ इनकम decreases, then demand also increases. Fine. Then there is an inverse relationship between income and demand in case of inferior, and what is the relation between income and demand in case of normal good? That is direct relation. And so this is the income of the consumer which affect the demand. Now in the case of inferior good, I have just made the table. Price is constant and demand is decreasing. In the case of inferior good, then what is the income? In this case, income will rises. Fine. Income will rise in this case. And if demand increasing and price remain constant, then what about income? Income is falling in case of inferior good. So the question can come, what is the trend of income in the case of inferior good? If demand is increasing with the same price, that means income is falling in the case of inferior good. So question can come in this way in your paper. I am taking the example of normal good. Normal good means suppose the normal good is desi ghee. That is the normal good here. Fine. And tomato sauce is a normal good. If income increases, then their demand increases. Then daily wear clothes are normal goods. So these are all the goods which are normal. When income rises, then the demand also rises. Now what is the inferior good? Inferior good is having a reverse relationship. That is the inferior good. So inferior good having the reverse relationship over there. Now I am talking about the example of inferior goods. That is, suppose toned milk is inferior good. If income rises, then nobody will purchase toned milk, everybody is purchasing cream milk. so the demand also decreases. And when income falls, then definitely they start to purchase the inferior good, because their income has been decreasing. Now they are not having the same financial condition as they were having before. So now in this case, if income falls, then demand also rises for these type of inferior good. Fine. Inferior good, under the inferior good we can talk about toned milk, dalda ghee, and these are all the inferior good. These all can be the inferior good. Inferior good is not always indicates low quality. Like if the person is a heart patient, then toned milk is very good for him. So you cannot say that inferior good indicates low quality of product. But inferior good is having the inverse relationship with demand of inferior good is having the inverse relationship with income. And in the case of normal good, there is a direct relationship between demand and income of the consumer. Now, if we are talking about one factor at a time, then all the other factors will remain constant in this case. Now, this is very important question mentioned over there, that no commodity is inferior. So, all the commodities are normal, considered as normal. It depends upon the income whether the commodity is declared as a normal or inferior. If any commodity is purchased by consumer just because of his low income level, then this commodity is termed as inferior commodity definitely. So it is the income which decides whether the good is inferior or normal. For example, bajra is a normal commodity for rich person, but if low income of poor person forces him to consume bajra every day, then bajra will be inferior commodity for him. So bajra can be, if bajra roti is very much liked by the rich people also, they used to enjoy during the winter season, and they used to make it. So bajra is a normal commodity for them. They are not purchasing bajra because they are having low income. But somebody, if any poor person is purchasing bajra, if he is having the low income, then that bajra will be inferior commodity for low person. So here we can see that bajra is a inferior commodity for the poor people, but it is a normal commodity for rich person. Now it is not the consumer but the income level of the consumer which determines whether a good is in normal or inferior. So inferiority is a relative concept, means that depends upon the income. Fine, that depends upon person to person. Relative means कि जो change होता रहता है concept. तो इट इज़ नॉट अ स्टैटिक कंसेप्ट कि आप बोल दो कि किसी को भी ये कमोडिटी इन्फीरियर है, ये कमोडिटी नॉर्मल है. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द इनकम लेवल ऑफ द कंज्यूमर वेदर द कमोडिटी इज़ नॉर्मल और इन्फीरियर. फाइन. नाउ द नेक्स्ट फैक्टर इज एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ चेंज इन द प्राइस इन फ्यूचर. सो इफ that has been expected that there is a decrease in price in the future, then what is the effect on demand at the same price? So now the case is price remain constant 60 rupees per liter, and then that is for per liter, implied that price is always given per liter. Price is always given for 1 unit or standard unit in the economics in any table. Now the petrol, that is the commodity whose demand has been increases. This is the demand of the petrol, and there that has been increasing with the same price. That means what we are expecting regarding the price of petrol in future. So that means the future price of petrol is expected to be definitely high. As future price of petrol is increasing, that means you are to purchase the petrol at this price. The demand of the petrol has been increasing due to this factor. So this is the factor in the mind of the consumer. That is why they are purchasing more petrol at the same price. They are expecting that in future price of petrol expected to be high. And now the next thing, we are talking about price. Prices are same as per same for the per liter, rupees in per liter, and then the demand of petrol suppose is falling. Why demand of petrol is falling? Because what is the expectation regarding the price of regarding the price of petrol in future? Expectation regarding price of petrol is, now what we are expecting that it is low. So that is low in the future. Future price of petrol will be lower. So that is why we will decrease the demand of petrol at this price now, and we will postpone our demand basically to the future, will purchase that petrol in the future, because by that time price will be low, and here the price will be high, that is why we are purchasing at present. So this is the case of expectation of change in price in the future, and this is the effect. So first of all, which factor affect most? That is future expectation regarding price of petrol, not the price of petrol at present. So this factor is not affecting, basically this is not affecting, this factor is affecting, and that is why demand of petrol has been changed. Fine. Now this is the concept given over there, that is change in quantity demanded and change in demand. So what is change in quantity demanded and change in demand? When only price factor will affect, then that is known as change in quantity demanded. When other than price, all the other factor affect, then there is a change in demand. So these are the two things. There is the other factors which affecting demand. When the demand of the given commodity changes due to other than price, factor other than price, so they are known as change in demand. Again I am considering this. So this is the basic difference we are discussing, change in quantity demanded and change in demand. So when you are talking about change in quantity demanded, change means that can be increase or decrease. Both type of change can be there. Demand can be increased, demand can be decreased due to change in price. This is the factor which will affect, and then that demand changes. Suppose this is a factor. Now if the price will rise, then what is the effect on demand? Demand falls. If the price falls, then demand rises. So they are having the indirect relationship, and that is known as change in quantity demanded. When there is change in demand due to price, that is change in quantity demanded. Now the next thing, change in demand factor other than price. So if you are talking about change in demand, that means other factors are affecting other than price. So what are the other factors that you have just discussed? Price of related good, and then income of the consumer, then taste and preference, and then expectation of price in future. So all these factors affecting demand other than price, and these factors will affect one by one at a time. It's not that all the factors are affecting all together. So one at a time will affect, and then there is a change in demand. So that is known as change in demand. So what is the effect on demand when there is change in price? That is known as change in quantity demanded. And what is the change in like I can give you fill in the blank, change in dash factors due to change in the factors other than price, then you will write that is change in demand. Fine, that you are to learn. The question can also come here, the situations have been discussed that people buy more ice cream during summer than during winter, then which factors affecting? That is known as change in quantity demanded. Fine. Then consumer buy income, that is basically they are basically the situation given over there. And now the question is, identify the following as change in quantity demanded and change in demand. So you can give your justification, like in the first case, people buy more ice cream during summer than during winter because people prefer this. So taste and preference are there. This is a factor which increase the demand of ice cream during summer season at the same price. So that is due to that, this particular change is known as change in this factor which affect the which is now the demand of ice cream has been changed. So that is due to taste and preference. So that is now the change is known as change in demand. Now the consumer income falls and the number of automobile purchase decline. So that there the income is affecting, not the price. So that is also change in demand. LG reduces the price of TV set by 10% and hence its sale increases. Now the price of the product has been decreasing. That is known as change in quantity demanded, because here's the price of the product is affecting. Now the fourth case, a college raises its tuition fees and as a result the number of student enrollment form falls. So now this is the services, college is giving the education, that is a product over there, and here the price of that product is basically increasing. So the price of the product is directly affecting, that is change in quantity demanded. So that is so in all the three cases that this type of question can be asked over there. Now the determinants of market demand. Now we are talking about the determinants of market demand. Earlier the factors affecting individual demand also affecting the market demand. Now the determinants of market demand: size and composition of population. All these market demand factor not affecting individual demand. Individual, when you are talking about the individual demand, that means you are talking about the one person demand. And then when you are talking about the market demand, then you are talking about all the consumer for that product, all the consumer demanding for that particular product, that is a market demand. So here it might be possible that the population and composition of a particular section has been increasing. Suppose male population has been increasing, and that will not affect the individual demand of any male consumer. So now if the size and composition of particular population, like section of children below 5 years has been increasing, so that means the product belong to that particular children, like toys or some other baby products. The demand for that product will be increased because the population of that particular section, that particular children has been increasing. But that might be possible that we are talking about the individual demand, maybe individual child is not demanding that much toys. So these are the factors of market demand, not the individual demand. And in the same way we can take the example of male. If the male population has been increasing, then definitely the product made for male population, the demand for that product will be increasing, but individual demand of any male might not be increased. So all these factors affecting market demand, that is not affecting the individual demand. But the factors affecting individual demand definitely affect the market demand also, because if every individual is increasing the demand, that means market demand will also increase. Now the season and weather. So in a particular season and weather, demand for particular product has been increasing, because that demand for that, suppose that in the case of summer the demand of AC has been increasing, in the case of winters the demand for blankets has been increasing, warmer has been increasing. So in this case that may be possible that it will not affect the demand of a particular product or by a particular consumer. So the factor affecting market demand does not affect the individual demand always. Now if we are talking about distribution of income, so there are two types of distribution where that is the income in the country is equitably distributed. Equitably means person are getting income as per their skill, and not equitable distributed means they are not getting as per their skill. So if the equitable distribution of income is there, then market demand of the commodities will be more. But if there is a uneven distribution is in the country, then the demand will decrease. So it will affect the market demand for all type of product regarding the distribution of income. But it might be possible that individual demand might not be affected in this case. So all the factors affecting individual demand are